So now we're going to be going to the playing field where we have Team Belarus that's about to compete over on that field closest to the booth right now. So thankfully it's right over our shoulder. We're excited to watch them play. Right now you see St. Kitts and Nevis and their team hovering over that side barrier trying to guide their team along with Belarus and Burundi. On the other side you got Seychelles, Cuba, and Benin that are working together. We got a 10-9 game over there with about 2 minutes left. So 30 seconds into this game, it is a neck and neck match right now. So this is one of the reasons why, again, 2.5 minutes, even though it's a longer style game than first traditionally speaking, it's still going to go by really quickly and not enough time for these teams to try to build up some of these leads.
And as you begin to expect, there's that rush of robots right in the middle, all running into each other, trying to gather as much of those water particles as they possibly can. And you can see a couple of them right now beginning to take their earnings, take all that water they have gathered and bring it over to the edge where they can hopefully drop those off on the side.
And Benin right now is just shoveling some of those water particles into the corner, and at this point right now, they have turned a 180 to try to head to the opposite side of the field. And right now we've got about 1 minute and 20 seconds left with a 15-point lead for Belarus, Burundi, and St. Kitts and Nevis. Again, closest to the side over here, so you can actually hear some of those teams communicating with one another. It shows you that even being down on the floor must be even more exciting than it is in the booth, Katie.
It really is, and on the other side we can see Seychelles, Cuba, and Benin also all working together, kind of pointing in directions they want their robots to go and seeing if they can get everything done in time. Up on the top right now we can see Team Belarus attempting to drop in those red contaminated particles into the laboratory. We can see Team Seychelles also doing the same. Each of those is worth 4 points. You can really add to a team's total score. In the bottom corner, we can also see teams pushing all of those water particles into their corners and trying to get all those points they possibly can.
So in terms of this team's mentor, Alex Positivus, he's been training the national team on robotics for several years, so despite the change in scenery for his team being here in the U.S., they'll look no farther than one another and their coach to get a calming presence here as they enter this all-important fourth round.
And as we hit the last 20 seconds of this round, we see robots beginning to hang. We have one robot on the Hydro Alliance, Team Seychelles, already in the air, and it looks like Cuba is soon to follow, followed by Benin. On the Aqua Alliance, we already have Belarus in the air, and it looks like Burundi and St. Kitts and Nevis are hoping to also follow suit.
We might have a triple hang again.
It looks like we have 6 robots successfully in the air. That is 6 robots. That is 60 points added to each team's score to really bring them up in those rankings. And so with a score of 126 to 94, the Aqua Alliance comes out the victor, and we can see hugs going around between each team.
I want some high fives as St. Kitts and Nevis is coming by, but I don't know if I'm going to get one as they start working their way out. They're too focused on themselves, but I'll take one from you right now. I'll take a high five. There we go. Okay, in terms